All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Wednesday, March 5th. And oh no, it is set by Paul. Well, it is Ash Wednesday, so I'll offer it up for my sins. Let's see what Paul has for us today. Cursed setter has been sacked. Well, if a setter refers to themselves, it could be I, me. I think it might be I'm. So a word beginning with I am, meaning cursed. Yeah, I'm fired, but that's not a word. Let me try the downs. Fix something herbal. How much of that? That's a great clue too. I have no idea. Cambridge institution let girl go once trained. Well, the last half sounds like wordplay, so I'm thinking it is a Cambridge institution. Something college. Of course, they often trick us with a Cambridge University, and it turns out to be MIT in Cambridge, Massachusetts. I'm wondering, could it be Boston College? Is that in Cambridge, Mass? But it's more likely to be one of the actual Cambridges. I don't know them, but we'll see if maybe five across could be college. Removing cargo, and I stumbled in where it's easy to fall. I think the definition must be where it's easy to fall, but with a question mark suggesting maybe it's a playful, yeah, so some other kind of fall as opposed to maybe somewhere where you might trip. No, odds slashed in bet as golfer, result of chipping in, perhaps. Well, very similar to the last one. I think the end part is the definition, but again in a not an obvious way. Well, since the surface is to do, excuse me, with golf, I think result of chipping in perhaps might be like a charitable fund of some kind where everyone chips in. There's something to do with fish and chips. Okay, I paused there to clear my throat. And of course, odds slashed is telling us to remove the odd letters, I presume in bet as, so then we would end up with EAGLE. Oh, it is to do with golf. So maybe if you have a great chip in, you might end up with an eagle. I like that. That's very clever. All right. Oh yeah. So this might begin with C. Someone offering accompaniment with soloists T for two. Well, Shostakovich has a piece, Tahiti Trot, I think it's called, which is based on T for two. I'm sure that has nothing to do with this. Yeah, someone offering accompaniment, I think may be the definition, which could be like somebody proposing marriage with soloist T for two. No. Vegetable, shiny, top rubbed off. All right, I think we have a vegetable here, and we have to think of a word for shiny and remove its first letter. Well, if it is a college, I'm wondering about a leak. Oh, I think shiny is sleek. That would work. All right, this may begin with E. Articulate what requires translation in note left out. Wow. No, I mean, the translation could indicate an anagram, or the out could indicate an anagram. Left could be L, maybe left out, we remove an L. Yeah, but maybe left out is the definition, something like omitted, but I don't see it. High up, European victory secured. Well, I'm thinking high up, beginning with E, could be elevated. Let me type it in and see. Elevated victory. Can victory just, I think V, yeah, victory can be V. You put it in, yeah, yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'll leave it in for now. All right, back to the acrosses. Line of text, one penned by hand. Well, penning can mean surrounding, so I think we're going to put an I inside a word for hand. It could be a manual labor, a farm hand. So then I think line of text would be the definition, but don't see it. All right, orange, etc., colored ornament. Oh. Ornament makes me think of a globe, just because I was putting away some ornaments, and there are definitely some called a globe. Orange, etc. No. Love with sentimental parts melts away in amorous glance. Oh my goodness. I'm thinking amorous glance could be the. Oh yes. I just thought of. Well, I was thinking the last word might be eyes, and goo goo eyes. Definitely making goo goo eyes at somebody. Amorous glance. So love with sentimental parts. Yeah, I think, gooey is in the middle. Yeah, uh, yeah, really not sure about that. This was our fix something herbal or herbal. How much of that? No, I'll leave in goo goo eyes, but yeah, maybe I'm misremembering. Developing bug, a youngster recovered. Can recovered mean backwards? Since doesn't we end in a, I'm wondering if it is a word like lad or kid backwards in front of the A. Of course, recovered, a word could be given you covering letters. Yeah. But then the definition developing bug, maybe just developing, maybe bug is part of the wordplay. I don't think it's a hidden clue. No. Awful noise, rear of car in bump, say. I think awful noise must be the definition, something like cacophony. Rear of car would be the letter R. In bump, say. So I think bump is an example of. Oh, a bump, could that be a contusion? That's too short, but something like that, and then you put in an R and it becomes an awful noise. No. Workers choose time to stick on wings of honeybees, say. Yeah, I'm thinking the wings of honey are the H and the Y. So maybe bees, say, is the definition. Some kind of insect family, maybe. Workers choose time. That's probably a T. So could it end in THY? And we have to have workers choose before that. Ants, of course. Antsopt. Antsopty. No. Old European capitals forgotten in Russian city. Oh, I'm thinking maybe it's an old European, maybe an old European nationality. And we have to think of a Russian city in 5 letters and then drop its capital letter. Oh, Minsk is the only one I can think of, but I don't think Insk is an old European. I may have to look it up. Anyway, trumped up ideas, oh dear. He fed to right-wingers behind the very same crime. Maybe crime is the definition. It's a specific kind of crime. Are trumped up. But yeah, behind the very same. I'm wondering if it's like behind the word ditto or something. Or ibid. No. Therein I associate first. Therein is 7 letters. I associate first. No. I stand on Capitol in Rome, passing Tuscany originally. Well, there's 2 indicators of first letter. The capital in Rome is an R, and then Tuscany originally is the T. Oh yeah, that passes Tuscany, so maybe TR. I stand on. No. Clues where vernacular is reversed. Oh my goodness. Clues could be things like fingerprints, footprints, DNA. I could also, I think they refer to these as lights. So lights where vernacular is reversed. Spoonerism? I don't think so. All right, field where ring found by English king having lost one. Ring is probably an O. I wonder if the definition is field, and we put an O beside an English king. English, of course, could be E. And maybe it's the name of a king with an I in his name, and then you remove the I, having lost one. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and of course, two of these I'm not very sure of at all. All right, I'm going to pause, refill my coffee, and come back to this. All right, I've had my coffee. I did look up the Wikipedia article on the University of Cambridge, and it has 31 colleges, which seems to be overdoing it a little. Anyway, one of them is Girton College. So I now see that is an anagram of let girl go once. Yeah, so all of that gives Girton College. All right, that should help. Oh, I don't like IMG. So either it means cursed with some wordplay for setter has been sacked, or it means sacked has been sacked. Oh, maybe it's me at the end. Cursed, cursed. No, don't see it. All right, here's my line of text. One penned by hand. I'm thinking the one would go there, although could go after the R, I suppose. Yeah, not sure about that. All right, how about now we definitely know this is a C for someone offering accompaniment. I mean, it could be a literal musical accompanist. No, and that's our articulate. All right, yeah, let's finish the downs. Panglossian contract is sealed by it, I see. Panglossian comes from Voltaire's Candide, if I remember correctly, but maybe that is the definition. I think it means optimistic, and I think that might be the answer. Was he the one who said this is the best of all possible worlds? Anyway, I think the IC at the end is IC. Contract is, I think one of those, I think that is sealed by it. Yet another where I don't fully get the parsing of it. Is sealed by it. I see. So what's the contract? An option or a... Yeah, just don't get it. Tragedian chooses half of play for adaptation. I think it will be a tragedian, a playwright. Chooses. Chooses is 7 letters plus half of play. Is it going to be the PL or the AY? And then for adaptation, I think we're going to anagram that. We're going to have 2 O's and 2 S's for a tragedian. Yeah, not good on that. Oh, that was our trumped up ideas. Make notes about crush divine. Sounds like the definition is divine, and we're going to have a word for make notes. Oh, which could be to make music about crush. No. foreign character, meat certainly for Putin. Ah, I don't get that. Cross near top of hill erected, clear below. Well, a cross can be an X. Near top of hill could be the H. Oh, then erected, something reversed in a down clue? No. For instance, very green light. I'm wondering if a very green light is sort of a jokey way to talk about, well, a green light says go, so a very green light. I know I've heard the comment, if you're driving and you don't react to the lights changing to green, someone will ask, are you waiting for a particular shade of green? Of course, for instance, could be e.g. or say. Very green, of course, could mean very young, new, inexperienced. Oh no, so yeah. For instance, is say very can be so big. And if you, I suppose, give someone the green light, you give them the say so. All right, princess vain in storming off. I don't know how to parse that at all, other than princess sometimes die. Ah, yes, so die, I suppose, is the princess. And then the word vain, if you remove the letters in, if they storm off, you're left with va. And so I think this would qualify as an andlit, where the whole thing might describe a diva. All right. Finally got a couple of short ones at the end. All right, so there I think we do have our Tuscany originally. But what's the I? Of course, I might turn out to be the number one. Stand on Capitol in Rome. Yeah, I mean, it does sound like TR. On could be on the subject of. No. Oh, the capital in Rome might be the Italian currency. Well, it's the euro now, but lira. I stand. No. Uh, Here's therein I associate first. I'm wondering if, I'm not sure what I wonder. It could be first, it could be an ly word of an adverb meaning first, like primarily, therein. Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to have a short word for therein, like thus, or I don't know exactly what therein would be equivalent to. Then this I, and then a four-letter word for a so. We often see the word ally used in wordplay. It is a nice ending to words. So I think that's the I associate. Let me pause and think of another word for therein. Therein lies the rub. I think it is in it. Therein, in it, are initially. All right. Is the tide finally turning? Don't think so. Well, then the half of play must be PL. Let's try the anagram helper, but I'm not too hopeful. Oh, Sophocles. I am hopeful. All right. Yes, I was thinking of somebody probably in the Elizabethan era, not the ancient world. All right. Here's my trumped up ideas. He fed to right wingers. Behind the very same. What's this word going to be? Oh, right wingers. I wonder, could that be conservatives? CONS. So conspicuous. Don't see it. Nothing for that yet. Let's make notes about crush. Is the I going to be part of crush or make notes about? Don't see it. Oh, here's our awful noise. Rear of car in bump, say. Let me pause and run through the alphabet for the first letter here. Well, I have not made much progress on this one. I even went to word plays. There were a few words that fit, like masterpiece, but none of them seemed to fit the clue. So, with a sinking heart, I looked over here, and of course, I never really understood, other than Panglossian being optimistic. So, check this. No, it is something istic. Not unrealistic. Yeah, I don't know what other word means optimistic that would fit. Anyway, so sorry, 14. Yeah, still no idea. Oh, and I did notice optimistic had 18 across, ending in an I, which now in retrospect doesn't seem very, very likely. Workers choose. I wonder if the P could be part of opt. Yeah, I'm going to look up bees and see what family they're in. It's very confusing. There were some words within the classification that looked like they might be close, but then the order is Hymenoptera. And so the wings of honey, the HY, the workers are men, choose is opt, and the time is an era. Oh my goodness. Well, I will try and remember that for next time, but I'm sure I won't. All right. Oh, this is our. All right. What comes before the H? Yeah, not seeing anything. Well, we now have a nice M for make notes about crush divine. Yeah, not seeing that. Let me pause and see if I can think of what letter it might start with. All right, I had to go to word plays in the end for this one. Yeah, I was really thinking it was going to be divine in a religious sense, but no, it's just, I suppose, attractive, smashing. And to make notes, it was in a musical sense to sing, and your crush, as a very old fashioned word, could be a mash. All right, here's our old European capitals forgotten. Oh, I did think it might be Insk instead of Minsk. So let me go ahead and check it. No, all right, I'm going to go ahead and reveal it. Omsk. Oh, so that is the Russian city, Omsk. Old European capitals forgotten. Is old? Not really sure about that. Uh, yeah, completely at a loss to explain that one. We have an A now for our Panglossian. Also, contract. Let's try it now. Now that I've gotten off optimistic, maybe the is sealed. Is sealed by it. I think we're gonna have a. I think we might have another I here for it, and then we're gonna have a contract is. Oh, a deal, of course, idealistic, of course. Oh, so now is that D going to help me for either a bump that we put an R inside or an awful noise? Not a concordance comes to mind. I think that can be a nice sound, harmonic concordance, or maybe just a word for agreement. But oh, discordance, of course. I think that must be right, but how is now the bump? Oh, that's very clever. How many of you have done the hustle in your time? Or this is a little later maybe than the hustle. Do the bump. A disco dance has the R inside it. I like that one. That gets a tick. All right. Oh my goodness. Very tough going today, as it has been with Paul recently. All right. Removing cargo. Oh, I think that might be offloading. And I stumbled in where it's easy to fall. Yeah, I'm not very sure about this one, but I'll leave it in for the moment. Actually, we're past the 30-minute mark. Let's go ahead and check it. It is right. I stumbled in where it's easy to fall, like off road or off. No. All right. Of course, I'm not sure about that M, but cursed. Setter has been sacked. Yeah, I'm thinking cursed as in damned, but it could be cursed in another way, as in swore. Yeah, and sacked. Could it be something to do with bag? Bag, bag to me, bag tome. No. All right, someone offering accompaniment with soloists. T for two. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, let me pause and think what letters might come after the C. I thought of CH, and then of course chaperone would be someone offering accompaniment. But what soloists? Ah, so T for two, well, a soloist would only have T for one, or cha, T, per, four, and one. That's, I don't know if I like that one or not. I suppose I'll grudgingly admire it. All right, here's our orange, etc. colored. Oh, an ornament in music, I think, can be a grace note. So I think it's an anagram of orange, etc. But how is colored meaning an anagram? That seems an anagram indicator too far to me. Let's go ahead and check it. It is right. Yeah, I definitely don't have an objection to ornament, although not knowing the context, I'm very lucky that my brain happened to think of grace note, but all right. Articulate. Or articulate, maybe the adjective. What's another word for articulate? What requires translation? In note left out. Oh, eloquent, I think, would be articulate. Oh, yeah, so note plus L for left are anagrammed, are out, and what has to be translated to K and put inside it. Clever. All right, developing bug, a youngster. Oh, a developing bug can be a pupa, and so it is a pup backwards, and so recovered must be a reversal indicator. Ooh, our line of text now. Oh, yes, that's very. I'm of course thinking of a sentence, a line on a page, but it's a very individual line. Applied to text might be a serif, and so the hand is a serf with the one inside it. All right. Um, I'm thinking this might be, yeah, dosage, how much of something particular, let's say herbal, what's the dosage? So I think fix is do, and something herbal is sage. Oh, how about dog gone? Oh, yeah, I forgot that setter, if it's not referring to him or herself, could be referring to a dog. So if the setter has been sacked, the dog is gone. And the cursed something, that doggone something, yeah, I can see that. All right, am I going to get any more for the, oh, let's try clues where vernacular is reversed. Clues could be signals. I do see we have is reversed. What else is reversed? Oh, slang. I presume this has been used before by crossword setters, but very clever. Slang is reversed to give us signals. All right. Trumped up. I'm just looking at that last word. I presume it's going to start with SH, TH. Ooh, could it be a theological thing? No. Rio, RHEO. And she dances on the sand. But if it's SH, I mean, there has to be a consonant between the O and the I. And then what's that going to be? ICS? IES? Yeah, I'm just blanking on seeing. I'm sure there's not many, if any, other than the one thing that's going to fit that. And again, I'm thinking that must be a consonant, I think, and then that could be a vowel or a consonant. I do like a begin, excuse me, beginning with con. All right, don't have anything for that. I have the T for that, but not much else. Ooh, 28, here we go. Field. Well, we have our ring found by English king having lost one. It could be instead of lost an eye for one, maybe it's lost another ring. But field, I suppose field of knowledge, field of study. Let me pause again. Of course, the king is Richard, who loses his eye, and we get orchard. I suppose an orchard is a field. It's just not the first one that comes to mind. All right, foreign character. Meat, certainly, for Putin. Foreign character, I mean, it could be a Greek letter. Meat, certainly. Oh, certainly for Putin would be da. And the meat is lamb, of course. All right, that's not an R. It must be the Tiber. I stand on Capitol in Rome. Oh, I think it's another vaguely and lit. I think it's IB, and then the capital of Rome, and it all passes Tuscany originally, and maybe that does describe the Tiber. Clever if so. All right, cross, near top of hill, erected, clear below. No. All right, I've got to solve this trumped up. I think I have a mental blockage when it comes to anything trumped up. But let me pause and ponder. I got theories first and then worked out, of course, conspiracy theories. I'm sure you all saw that earlier. Um, so he is fed to the Tories, and that goes behind the very same. Oh, I think the crime, I think, is piracy. Oh, I think the very same is Conservatives for Tories. Um, Not 100% sure, but I think that's what's going on there. Ah, we now get a nice Y. What is by CY? Yeah, let me pause and run through the possibilities. Ah, it's a hybrid. Wow. So top of hill, I think, is the H. Erected clear below. Near might be by, which is erected. Yeah, so I think it's by H erected and then clear. Rid to clear something is to rid it. Oh my goodness. Well, very, very difficult for me today anyway. Let me go ahead and check all. Anything drop out? I don't see it. All right, let's see if they're saying it 15 squared. Oh, and just thought to check for a pangram since we did have a Q. I don't think we had a Z. We have V. Did we have a J? Well done to Mike who spotted the pangram yesterday. I didn't see that at all. All right, over to 15 squared. All right, the blog today is by Lunapic, a typical Paul puzzle, maybe a little gentler than normal. Not that I noticed. Yeah, he had some trouble with parsing. Yeah, so some struggles. And I do like he says, I'm not convinced of colored as an anagram indicator. Yeah, I'd agree with that. All right. So yeah, colored as an anagram indicator, boo. Goo goo eyes. So love in tennis is an O. Gooey is sentimental. And goes is melts away. All right. Then down to 21. Omsk. Oh, Minsk. European capital within forgotten. Forgotten in. Oh, that's fiendish. And then, yeah, he is fed to Tories behind the Conservatives of the very same. All right, I suspected that. And then Tiber, IB plus R and all after T. And it is an and lit. All right. Signals, orchard. Offloading and I anagrammed in off log. It's easy to fall off a log. All right, well, what is that number I wrote down? Elevated. Oh, elated is it if you're up with European plus victory secured. All right. And ideal is, yeah, okay. Yeah, very difficult. And so Diva also, Lunapic says, is an and lit. Yeah, Pauline needed a lot of help. Oh, and red equals clear. At last, my Russian O level is needed. My fault for not being not very smart. Oh, I think you can be quite smart and still be outfoxed by Paul. KVA says a good puzzle. Long time starting. Oh yeah, I think that's the only one I got as well on the first pass. Very Pauly puzzle in the best and worst senses. Some slightly iffy synonyms. Yeah, biased and prejudiced have been used as anagram indicators in the past. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Anyway, I did make it to the end, and you did too. Anyway, thanks as always for watching, and have a great day.